Ekasi Esports Podcast, episode 3. Hey, what's up, ladies and gents? Welcome to the Ekasi Esports Podcast. I am your host, Perfect, but I'm not alone today. I'm with my main man, my
As
co-host,
always.
Mr. Judo. What's happening, Mr. Judo?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm Gucci, man. I'm Gucci.
Easy,
Matter of
man. In
fact,
fact, yeah.
you know what to say. You know what I'm going to say.
Yes.
I'm perfect. I'm
No
perfect.
pun intended.
No pun intended. But yeah, so welcome, ladies and gents. This is the Ekasi Sport Podcast. This is where me and Jude get to talk about topics around gaming, esports, and tech. Basically, you guys are going to be listening to two regular South African gamers and tech enthusiasts talk about topics around those categories. And yeah, disclaimer: we're not experts. We don't claim to be. But we also make sure to do our own research, so we cover factual stuff. We don't want to spread false information and have people coming up with some crazy opinions and crazy
Yeah.
theories. So yeah, we make sure to do our due diligence to make sure we cover the right stuff,
Yeah.
because we hope this podcast to be in it also like somewhat educational for y'all. It's mostly going to be entertaining, hopefully,
Yeah.
but we hope for it to be educational.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
we also would like you guys to interact with us. We don't want to be just speaking to ourselves. We want to know what you guys want, and if
100.
yeah,
Yeah, joining the conversation. Put in your comment, like in the comment section, if you have your own opinion about stuff. Hey, would like to hear it, and let's have a conversation. Like, we're open to that. We're open to that. Um, but yeah, let's get into the meat of the podcast now. There's a couple of things that we want to cover today. First thing is FIFA, some new updates regarding FIFA, in particular the FIFA Global Series, and also the future of FIFA as well,
yeah,
and as well as Windows 11. The first, like, Windows 11 was released this week, and we I got to play around with it, so I'm gonna give you guys my first impressions of the new OS. And another thing we want to talk about is, obviously, I'm sure you guys can see, I got something new in my setup. You feel me? I got some stuff. I got some new
you
equipment.
got
You
a little
feel me?
bit of sauce.
I got some extra sauce today, man, on
Yeah.
my setup. But yeah. So I got the H520s.
H510.
Yeah, 520s.
H520.
Yeah,
My
the
bad.
Redragon H520s
H520, yeah.
Icon Gaming Headsets. Mouthful. But yeah, we got these fantastic headsets which we'll be giving away. If you guys would like to know how to enter that giveaway, be sure to stay tuned. And I'll also give you guys my first impressions of these headsets, because I got some time to play around with them, experiment with them, and do some stuff, good stuff, things that you do with headsets. Right. So yeah, if you guys okay, I don't think I needed to say that.
Yeah, you did not need to say
But whatever,
that.
y'all get the gist. But yeah,
Yeah.
if you guys would like to hear more about the giveaway and about the headsets themselves, be sure to stay tuned. But now
Yeah.
let's jump into the first topic, FIFA.
Mhm.
I mean,
FIFA, dude. Dude,
soccer
there's a
games.
lot that exactly.
Mm.
We've been talking about soccer games basically every week, so
Yeah,
it's
soccer.
nothing new.
It's
And
nothing.
there's and and there's been a lot of updates with regards to the FIFA, like the grand scale as well.
Yeah, diff. I guess one
The
of the big things they announced this week, the FIFA released their pitch notes for the FIFA 22 Global Series. And basically the Global Series is like the, if not the biggest event, one of the biggest events within the FIFA calendar every year. It's basically where the top FIFA players get to prove who's the best of the best.
yeah,
And every FIFA pro aspires to play in the FIFA Global Series one day. It has two modes. It has the solos and the duos, right?
duels, yeah.
Yeah, the duos is just basically the co-op, where you and a teammate, or you and a friend get to, like, play against another team in one game, which is
Yeah.
which is cool, right?
How do you feel about the co-op? Remember how when you played last time?
When I played with Dingo,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
cool.
How was it?
To be honest, I enjoyed it. Like, I expected it to be a bit messy, because, like,
Hmm.
me and him have
You know,
never played together in
mm.
FIFA, like co-op before. So I thought, like, I was gonna be running there, and he's gonna be running
it's
there.
gonna be going the
But
other
I
side.
mean,
It worked out in the end. And do
yeah.
you see this as becoming like a major game mode in like FIFA? Like
I mean,
taking as far as how they'd usually played solo. Do you think it could also go far, move further, like far
I
with
mean,
the duos?
it's not a really popular mode. Like people usually just play solos most of the time. Like when we
Yeah.
play, for example, we usually play me versus you. We hardly do duos or co-ops. Only when we're bored and we want to try new stuff, that's when we try to
We
play
play the
duos and
duos.
co-ops. But
Yeah.
they already have a global event for the duos, like within the
Mhm.
global
Yeah,
series.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So it's pretty big, and the teams and organizations which invest in co-ops and teams like which gets compete on the grand stage. So I feel like it's already big, but it's not as
Okay.
popular. But
hmm
I prefer playing solos, right? But
I mean, everyone does, because
mm,
you have full control. But
mm,
it wouldn't be that bad sharing it with
I
someone
mean,
else.
I mean, if I'm just saying, if I had to be, teamed up with Takes, even though he's gonna carry me the entire time,
You wouldn't
I
mind.
wouldn't mind. You feel me? But I guess if
Yeah,
I'm the
yeah,
better player, and I don't want
yeah.
to have to blame someone else for messing up, at
Yeah.
least if I play alone, I know that if I lose, I
You,
lost because of me,
yeah.
or because the guy was just better.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I want to talk on the solos mostly, like
hmm
yeah, for y'all who don't, if you guys would like to enter the global series, because it is also open to South Africa, y'all guys can check out the pitch notes, which will link in the description below, so you guys can learn how to register and also know which dates you can take part within the
Yeah.
where you can take part and qualify and earn points so you can be verified and all that. So it's a bit of a process because you start off in the division rivals, then you have to rank up to the elite division, and then also that you work your way up from there, and then yeah, it's a process. It's like, I mean, it's a
This is like a
series,
long
so it
process.
happens
Yeah.
throughout the year. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a big tournament. But one of the big things, right, they mentioned within the pitch notes is that they are going to be adding 16 new countries within the global series. And if y'all didn't know, the global series is not open to every country, even though it's called the global series.
Global series.
But it is open to like like I think each continent has each country at least
At
participating
least,
within
yeah.
the global series. And
Yeah.
now they've added 60 new countries, because before I think they just had almost 80 countries, just close to, or was it
Close to
close to
70.
70?
Close to
Yeah,
70.
close to
Yeah, close to
70.
70.
Now they added 16. Now that's taking that number above 80 countries, which are eligible to participate within the global series. And three of those countries are African
African
countries,
countries.
which is
Yeah.
Nigeria, Ghana, and
And
Kenya.
Kenya.
Those are the three new African countries added to the series. Before, we only had South Africa and
South
Egypt.
Africa. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And which sucked, because we want to see more African representation within these global tournaments. And a lot of African players have also been crying, especially I know the guys in Nigeria and Ghana, and also in Kenya, because they have big
Mhm.
FIFA communities that side. They've been crying to be included within the global series, but then EA was like, and then this year they're like, okay, cool, come in, you can come in.
Yeah,
Um,
dude. And EA and all their, making sure that they have the proper infrastructure,
yeah,
and making sure that countries are eligible, because not every country will be able to participate, due
Mm,
to like internet issues and sometimes like economic issues.
yeah.
Come on, government, you guys gotta work, man. Someone's trying to play.
Yeah, yeah,
Someone's trying
the
to play
African,
FIFA, dude.
yeah, the African governments really have to work, to make sure that they improve, the internet infrastructure for everyone, so that Africa can have more opportunities, and so that Africa can also get access to these global tournaments in other games as well, besides just FIFA, and also to have access to things like servers. So so these other publishers and developers can be like, okay, cool, Africa has some good infrastructure. Let's throw some servers
Why
for them
not?
there.
Yeah,
You feel
let's
me?
get it.
So.
Yeah.
But we're seeing like more of the we were seeing more servers coming to the country, from the mobile side, from mobile esports, also like other esports titles on consoles and PCs. So
Mhm.
it's a day-to-day thing. It's not going to happen
It's getting there
overnight.
gradually. It's getting there gradually.
It's not going to happen overnight, obviously. But obviously, if our governments are determined to improve our internet infrastructure and also the economic standing, things are going to get better. Things are going to get
Yeah.
better. And we'll hopefully in the future, maybe 5 to 10 years from now, we see a whole new
Oh,
different dynamic within esports, where we see more African representation within like these
yeah.
tournaments. You feel me? And now these African
Yeah.
players who've been talking trash, saying, I can wreck y'all. I mean, I'm wrecking y'all on 200 ping. I can finally wreck y'all because I got so. So we'll
Yeah.
see if they can prove their money where their mouth is. So
Yeah.
we'll get to see that. So I'm excited to see more African countries within the global series.
Mhm.
So yeah. And also I think for the solos, we're also gonna have our own regional tournaments. Like so like I said, it starts on the division rivals. So let me just pull up the screenshot here, so y'all can see what I'm talking about. So yeah, so this is like these are for the 1v1s, by the way. So it starts with the
Yeah.
FUT division rivals, and then after that you head on to the FGS qualifiers. So after you've reached elite division and you manage to get enough points to qualify, you get thrown into the FGS qualifiers, which are like regional tournaments. So there's different regions within the FGS, and then they each have like their tournaments and their own qualifiers, and the top players from each region will go on to the FGS playoffs, and then from the FGS playoffs, the top players will go on to the FIFA E
FIFA
World
World
Cup,
Cup.
which is the big stage. Like they even have
Yeah.
it in gold here, bro.
Dude.
So you can see, so you must know that it's big. You feel me? It is big.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
but one big change they mentioned in the pitch notes was that from I think from the playoffs going forward, they're going to be played exclusively on PlayStation 5.
Yep.
That's a big
Um,
change.
that really is a big change. Excluding Xbox consoles and the last gen consoles. I mean, they're pretty old, but still, they're still capable of running the game. Excluding those consoles is really, um, limiting the number of players they can play. I mean, I know a lot of people can come towards
Mhm.
play towards the qualifiers. My
Yeah.
bad. Can approach the qualifiers, but after that, still gonna need a PS5. Where am I supposed to get a PS5 right now? you know?
I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
and just like you said, like people can play the qualifiers and like division rivals on whatever console they're on or whatever platform. But then once you get into the playoffs going forward, you'll have to be exclusively on PlayStation 5.
PlayStation 5.
Which I guess PlayStation 5 guys, the guys there, so they're like, hey, it's another one up, because I mean, the console wars like they're still going on, even though there's not
Yeah.
much difference. But now it just seems PlayStation is just getting the upper hand. I'm just saying, bro. Like
Yeah,
PlayStation is killing
honestly,
it these days.
it honestly is, man. And this is not to aggravate the Xbox fans, but
We're not trying to start
yeah,
beef here.
we're
We're
not
not
trying
trying
to,
to
yeah,
start war because I know
trying to
how
start
heated,
anything.
because you know how
Yeah,
heated those things can get. Like,
yeah, dude.
hey,
Honestly,
one thing I don't want to get into are those like console wars because yeah,
console
it
wars.
gets
Yeah,
bloody, gets bloody. But yeah,
yeah,
that's
it
a
really does.
big change for FIFA. That's a really big change. Just moving on to PlayStation 5 exclusively.
Only,
You
only,
know, that's a big
dude.
change, and that's a really big hit for Xbox. I mean,
hmm
things are not really. I mean, PlayStation is killing it with sales. They're killing it with
Yeah,
exclusives. And now they're gonna, take over like the one of the biggest, if not the biggest, sports title game in gaming.
yeah. Basically, dude. Can you
Crazy.
can you like it's gonna entice more and more people to move towards PlayStation because if I can only
Definitely.
play a tournament on PlayStation 5, why am I still on PC? Why am I still on
Xbox.
other consoles? Yeah,
Mm,
Xbox. So
yeah.
yeah, I see this as also like a financial move from Sony's point of view.
It's a it's a big financial one up for them, bro. Like,
hmm
hey, hey.
Dude.
But yeah, but besides that, I was actually checking out the EA press release they released a couple of days ago.
Mhm.
They were sharing their numbers. This is like besides outside of the FGS, but just like with FIFA in general. So a couple of days ago, EA published a press release, talking about the future of of FIFA, as well as how happy they are of the new side of the new game, FIFA 22. And they mentioned that since launch, like, or 91 million players have joined the game. 7.1 million ultimate team squads have been created, and over 460 matches have been played. Right, which is a lot
460 million matches.
on a new game, already on a new game, dog. So hey man, they're having a good time there, EA, bro.
Dude, they're having the time of their lives, dude.
But one thing they mentioned, which is very, 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 like, I was like, whoa, okay,
Mhm.
um, is that EA is looking to change FIFA's name in the future.
Dude, dude.
So,
I also saw that recently. I'm like, okay, so FIFA trying to pull a pest on us.
because you see what happened with his, like,
Yeah,
the name change. Like, personally, I don't like eFootball.
yeah.
It just. it
It doesn't
doesn't
roll off the tongue.
feel, yeah, it doesn't roll off the tongue nicely. Like, I mean, they could have went for it. I don't know, but thing is, there's so many there's so many there's so many
Okay.
soccer games or football
Yeah.
games out there, right? And most of the
Hmm.
good names are kind of, I feel like they're taken because there's like a lot of, like, there's real football, there's real soccer, there's whatever. So any name that you could think of associated with a game and soccer, it's already
It's
taken.
generally already taken. Yeah.
You feel me? So now I'm curious to find out what name they're gonna go for. I feel like, Konami went with eFootball because maybe all the good names were taken, and they're like, eFootball.
I mean, they did change the name on 2020 to eFootball PES 2020.
Hmm. And
Yeah.
then
Wait, eFootball PES. Yeah, 2020. Yeah, yeah.
you see, I mean, I'm
And then they
thinking,
just removed the PES entirely, just left it as eFootball.
yeah, but yeah, I'm curious to find out what name they're gonna go for, and and I think it's gonna take FIFA is gonna take a big blow, like FIFA the association, not the game, but FIFA
Mhm.
the governing body, because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, like, the young our young audiences don't know that FIFA is not the game,
Yeah.
FIFA is an association, it's a governing body for football,
Yes. Yes.
globally, but now
Yeah.
it has been linked with the game. Like, when you think about,
Hmm.
when someone says FIFA, like, I think about the game.
At the game, just immediately you think about the game.
I
You
don't
don't
think
think about
about
the
the governing
associate.
body and whatever,
Yeah.
but like, I feel like, FIFA is going to take a big blow financially because a lot of money is spent, to renew those rights every year. Like, for EA to use FIFA every year, they have to pay, I think, over 70 million pounds a year. That's a lot
That's
of
a
money
that's a lot of money just to use a name, man.
just to use a name. So,
Jeez.
yeah, like, yeah, that's a lot of money. So EA is going to save a lot of bank with that, and I guess they can
Yeah.
focus, those funds onto other things, which is going to help, better the game. But I mean, FIFA is going to take, a big blow financially, so it is a big
Yeah.
move. But EA did assure us that even though with the name change, it won't really affect the other licensing, like, UEFA and all that, because, or
Hmm.
any other of the names or the teams they
Like,
have,
yeah.
because those are separate licenses. So
Okay. Yeah.
they can still
Yeah.
change the name, but, like, it won't affect the other licenses, which is
You
great
don't
to
affect the
hear.
game. Yeah,
You know.
that's really good to hear, man. That's they're not taking like too big of a jump.
Mm.
I mean, changing the name is just getting rid of one license, but everything else remains the same. But that's fine.
Yeah, but also I don't think we should underestimate how this could impact the brand as well, like the FIFA
Mm,
brand, the EA FIFA brand, like from the game side, because, like I said, everyone knew FIFA. They knew the
that's
game as
FIFA.
FIFA. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, it's
So
been
just
FIFA.
imagine, yo man, you want to play some FIFA? What?
But
I think you mean I think you mean whatever.
back when
Whatever they're gonna change the name
yeah,
to.
back when it was still on Sega, like,
Mhm.
we knew it as FIFA. You feel me?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now this is a big brand change from a brand perspective, because name change is a big thing. You can't just change your name and then expect people to be cool with it, because it's now I'll have to refer to something else. You feel
Hmm.
me?
And
If I go and
you
buy a
know,
game, I'm not sure if this is
yeah,
gonna come in 2023. I don't think the name's gonna change. Is gonna come in 2023. Maybe like in the next 2 or 3 years. I don't know, but
yeah.
it's gonna happen. EA is looking to make it happen. So yeah, one day you're just gonna go into the gaming shop and, like, yo, can I have the latest FIFA? And they're like,
They're like, what?
what are you talking about, Willis?
Oh, I think you mean that new EA game, whatever the name will be at the time.
Yeah, whatever football or whatever soccer, and
Yeah.
nah, huh? Nah, it's not the game. Sorry, but yeah. So I hope this goes well for them because, like
Hmm.
I said, it's a big brand and it's a big brand change, and it really could affect their game and their brand. But I mean, they have a little fan base, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how it
We'll see
pans
how
out.
it change.
We'll
Yeah,
see
we'll
how it
see how
pans
it.
out and how the
Yeah.
change,
Hmm.
how the change goes by. But yeah, I guess that's FIFA. That's FIFA.
That's
That's
FIFA,
the latest news on FIFA. But let's jump
right?
into another thing. I had mentioned that Windows 11 came out this week. The stable
The
release
stable
of
release.
Windows 11 came out. The beta has been out for a while now. People have been playing around with it, but then eventually, when Microsoft decided to release Windows 11 this week, and I got to play around with it.
And
And
how did you feel about it? Like how did it, how was the looks? How was the performance?
how did I
Get into
feel
the
about
juicy
it?
stuff, dude.
You're saying
Get
how
into
I
the
felt
juicy
about it, like
stuff.
some psychologist, like I had a very traumatic experience.
You kind of did.
I mean, okay, as an AMD user, like, since I have an AMD CPU, yes, I did have a traumatic experience. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, yo, The experience overall wasn't that great, and that's because, like I said, I have an AMD CPU in the build that I was testing Windows 11 in. So,
Oh, and just for reference,
mhm.
Windows 11 is having some problems with AMD CPUs. We'll talk a bit about that later on.
Yeah, but
Carry on.
so obviously my experience got impacted because of those Windows 11 bugs, which really affect how AMD
AMD
CPUs
CPUs.
perform.
Yeah.
But overall, let's start with the good stuff.
Yeah, we start with the good
I,
things.
I like focusing on good stuff. I like focusing on the bad stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
the good stuff, I guess, like the new UI change.
Hmm.
Aesthetically, it's beautiful. I really like how they simplified certain things, especially within the settings menu. I like the fact that now we have colored icons, like like when you're on the File Explorer, also when you're on the settings menu, and also other parts of the operating system. Because
Hmm.
before in Windows 10, we had like the line icons.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And sometimes if you don't like pay attention, you could miss you could miss which icon you're looking at. But
Yeah.
now, Windows 11 aesthetically it looks really nice. The centered taskbar is also cool. It's also cool. It's alright. I did play around with it for a while, but I eventually left aligned my taskbar because I guess old habits
It
die
felt
hard.
natural.
Yeah, it just felt natural to
It
have
felt
your
natural.
taskbar on the left, but
All the way to the left, yeah.
but I
Hmm.
see some other people liking it, and the reason why I put it on the list is because I have a lot of icons on my taskbar. So having it
Yeah.
centered it just didn't look proper for me personally, and it's just a personal opinion, right? Most of this first impression talk is just gonna be my personal opinion, and I'm gonna get nitpicky with some certain things, but hey,
That's
yeah.
how it
So
is.
yeah, taskbar is left. I landed to the left. So yeah, like I said, all the habits die hard. Another thing which I didn't like about the taskbar was the behavior of the taskbar. Like before,
Yeah.
what you could do, you could drag, like for example, if you have a file, like if you're in the File Explorer and you wanted to open, for example, like a video in your video editing software like Premiere Pro,
Hmm.
right? You could just like easily drag a video clip onto the
And
taskbar.
and then just drop it.
Yeah,
Like drag it onto the taskbar, and then the app opens up, and then you can
mm,
drop it on the app.
yeah, drag it on the icon specifically, and then
The icon, yeah, the
yeah,
icon, and then
it opens
that's
up on your favorite program.
yeah, and then you can just drop. But now, sorry for interrupting you.
No, but yeah, but now you can't do that. No, you
Yeah,
can't do that.
basically, you have to have both windows open. So you have to have Windows File Explorer open and the other software you're working on,
Mm,
like for example Windows Premiere, and you have to drag and
mm,
drop there, which really does affect productivity because there's always that extra step that I have to take. Because just imagine I'm trying
mm,
to meet deadlines, yeah,
mm.
and I still have to do this. It's gonna annoy me to
Yeah, 100. Even though it's just like a split second thing, but
yeah.
hey, it saves time. It saves
Hmm.
time. And once you get used to the habit, it's hard to it's hard to stop. You just want to keep on doing it. And I found myself doing that, especially when I was working on that build. I found myself trying to drag files onto like for Microsoft Word, for example, trying to open it there, and it just I'm like, oh yeah,
Again, man,
I can't do
old
this no
habits
more.
die hard.
Bruh. And I feel like that's the motto for Windows 11, especially on the taskbar section, because
Yeah.
my old habits keep on trying. I try to like keep on doing the same things I did on Windows 10 on Windows 11, just to remember
Hmm.
that it's not the same thing anymore.
Hold up, I thought we were talking about the positives.
Yeah, you know what? It's fine. We'll just flow.
Yeah.
I'll just talk about our experience.
Yeah.
Another thing on the taskbar side,
Mhm.
when you have multiple monitors, I saw that the taskbar behavior was also affected because I have my taskbar showing on both um monitors,
Mhm.
so I also have my taskbar on auto hide. So because I guess I enjoy that extra screen real estate at the bottom. Right, so I wanna use like when I open up my program, I wanna have the whole thing. Like I hate
Yeah.
having, the taskbar showing up there because I only need it only when I'm opening stuff or I don't need it always there.
All the time, yeah.
Or when I'm checking the clock, but when I'm checking the clock, I can just like swipe down, like flick my
Yeah.
cursor at the bottom. But one thing I saw is that when you have your taskbar on auto hide on multiple displays, on your primary display, like if you move your cursor down, like so you can show the taskbar,
The
it'll
taskbar.
show. But then when you're on your secondary monitor, it didn't show. And I first thought maybe because, oh, maybe like sometimes, like some programs when they're full screen or when they're windowed, they affect the taskbar. So I
Yeah,
tried minimizing it or maximizing it. I tried to do a bunch of stuff, but it would not show. Even when I'm on
it
the
still didn't work. Yeah,
desktop, like it would not show. And I'm like, I don't know if that's a bug, and I'll really hope that Windows, notices that and fixes it, because for me it's a big thing, honestly. Like I want to be able to access my taskbar even if it's also hide on my secondary monitor. You feel me?
yeah.
So please, Windows, fix that. Um, Another thing is another, yeah, still on the taskbar. It was a lot of issues on the
Dude,
taskbar. The clock on the secondary, like the time and the date, doesn't show anymore on the second taskbar.
secondary one.
Yeah, on the
Oh,
secondary, yeah, on the taskbar on the
one.
secondary monitor.
Yeah,
Yeah, mouthful.
yeah.
It doesn't show anymore, which sucks. I mean,
But it goes hand in hand with the taskbar not working properly. So if it doesn't show the clock, it doesn't show like the taskbar.
mhm.
Why?
Okay, yeah, I get it, like why? Like I hope they add the clock back again, because I don't know, it just feels weird without it. It just feels without
Not
it.
just having the accessibility. Just be like, what time is it?
Yeah, what time is it? Just like, what time is it? You feel me?
And then you just look down and be like, oh, there's
Yeah,
the time.
exactly. It just makes life way more simple. And also this widgets panel as well, which you can access by clicking on the widget icon on the thingy on the taskbar. Right, and it shows you, like, for example, as you can see on the screenshot here, you can see your weather, the date, some information on stocks, and yeah, you can get your latest news. So it's basically
Hmm.
whatever interests you see there. It's basically like your feed section on your on your Windows. um
Hmm.
One thing I didn't like about it was when you click on, like, for example, like you click on a link, it opens the link up on Edge, right? And thing is, you can't. And I try to check in the settings to see if I can change this, like maybe switch it to Chrome, and you
Hmm.
couldn't do that. So you
So,
you you're stuck with Edge.
and this might be a problem for Chrome users because a lot of the Chrome users, me included,
Mhm.
don't like Edge.
Why you
So
beefing, right? Why you beefing, dog?
it's
Why you
not beef; it's
beefing?
just preference, dude. It's
Okay.
just preference.
You didn't say I don't like. You just said I prefer Macron. Why you beefing like
Mm.
that? It's fine though. But yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
the only time anyone would use Edge is to download my Chrome, dude.
That was in the past, like on that old version of Edge. Yeah, but now since Edge is now based on Chromium, come on. I feel like, okay, I haven't checked the numbers yet, but I'm pretty sure the numbers, have risen, ever since it switched to Chromium. So
I mean,
I mean, okay, I got converted, and that's why your words are hitting me. That's why your words are hitting me, because I'm
I
an
know.
Edge user. But
Man, we all Chrome on this side.
yeah, but I empathize with your Chrome users because, like I said, like you said, it gets irritating when you click a link and then it opens it up on Edge. Like, why do you have two browsers open? Why?
Yeah, exactly.
Just use my
Now
default browser.
just to be able to view it on Chrome, you have to copy the link and then look for it on Chrome, which is again another step that is not necessary.
Yeah, definitely not necessary at all.
Yeah,
But yeah, and also I wish you could drag some of the widgets onto your desktop, but I guess they'll make the widgets panel a bit redundant. But like,
yeah.
I preferred having on the desktop because I just
When
wanna see it
you
there.
switch on your desktop,
Mm,
and that's it's the first thing you see. Basically, you don't have to
mm,
click on another icon to
mm,
open up a widgets panel.
mm.
Everything that you want to see is there already when you switch on your computer.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah,
But hey, I guess they just want to have their witches panel, so they were like, "Nah, nah, nah, don't drag it." But yeah,
yeah.
I guess it's enough about the taskbar. All right.
Hmm.
The new start menu is cool. That's one of the things I spoke about in that first episode where I mentioned that the start menu. I hope they don't mess it up, because if they mess it up, I'm gonna cry about it. Right. But after using
Yeah.
it, I enjoyed it. I didn't really cry about it.
Hmm.
um yeah, and also yeah, the settings menu, I really like the new settings menu because now it's like more organized, more clean. Like you get like
And
your yeah,
it's not as what's the word I'm looking for? It's not as
like that.
thingy as as Windows 10. There was so much things going on, but on Windows 11 it looks clean, it looks organized, it looks you know
Hmm.
like it knows what it knows what it's doing
Yeah, and
basically.
it's easier to navigate as well because here, like
Mhm.
sometimes Windows 10, you have to click somewhere, click there to find a certain setting that you're looking for.
Yeah,
But on Windows
but here,
11, you have your left panel here, which is like the major categories of your settings, and then you click on it, and then you can expand some of these blocks, so you can get access to additional settings under that category that you've selected. So yeah, I really like it. The new rounded corners as well. That's a nice touch to it, and also
it
like I
looks
said,
it honestly looks aesthetically pleasing.
really, yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
A bit reminiscent of some desktop, I mean some Linux environments and desktops,
Mhm.
but hey,
Yeah.
I'm sure the Linux users like, yeah, we've been doing this, we can
We've
do this,
had
we've
this,
had
man. Come
this.
on.
Okay. But yeah, Windows 11 has a beautiful UI, but I guess my overall impression, it's I guess it's cool, but it just feels like a new fresh coat of paint. It,
Yeah,
it's it's like you saying.
it does feel like a new fresh coat of paint, but
Mhm.
it's that thing it's fresh basically.
It's
It's
fresh.
new, it's fresh, it's nice to look at.
Mm.
But over time, still the same wall.
Yeah, still the same wall. It's still the same wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when you have a room, right? Instead of like
Mhm.
renovating it and changing how it's structured, right? You can just paint the walls and then yeah, you have a new like visually it's like a new room, but like structurally it's still the same thing. And
Still the same. Yeah.
that's kind of how it felt. Not exactly. I'm not saying that Windows 11 is basically Windows 10. Just no, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying over time, like some of these other extra features, they get like old, and then you're just like, what ifs.
Yeah.
So it's not that crazy. It's not that big of a jump in terms of like always. So like a
Like how it
whole
was Windows 7 to Windows
yeah. It's
8,
not
for example, or from Windows 8 to Windows 10.
yeah. It's not that big of a leap. That's how I personally feel about it. Um,
I, I and hopefully in the coming years I'll be able, well, coming years, like
coming months. It's not that long.
like soon, hopefully soon I'll be able to, try it out for myself.
Yeah,
Because I am running an AMD CPU. I'm not trying to, mess up my
yeah, yeah,
my performance by
yeah,
upgrading. So yeah,
yeah.
hopefully I'll be able to experience this soon and have my 2 cents to say about it as well.
Yeah, and I guess that leads us on the bad part. I guess the main negative part about Windows 11, and that
Yeah.
it doesn't perform well on AMD CPUs. So if you have an AMD build, like, or you're using an AMD CPU, you
Hmm.
might want to, hold off upgrading because even AMD says that, you might
Hmm.
want to hold off upgrading, because performance is heavily impacted on, AMD builds. One of the main things is that the L3 cache latency has been increased, by up to 3 times, meaning
Can you
that
imagine?
like an L3 cache, your L3 cache is heavily utilized by your programs like your games, for example.
Hmm. Hmm.
Games heavily utilize L3 cache, which helps mitigate the performance issues and whatever latency you might experience within the game. But now, since Windows 11 is affecting this, you might see a drop in performance on
Not
your
mine.
on your games. Okay, you will. Okay.
Yeah, you will see a drop in performance on games, and multiple tests were run, and yeah, doesn't look good.
It doesn't
Doesn't
look
look
good.
good.
They say it's up to like I think the outliers say it's the outliers like basically like the maximum drop was like 15%.
15%, dude.
In performance in whatever game you're playing, and they did say that esports titles are heavily impacted. So if you play esports titles like Apex or CS:GO
CS,
or Overwatch or any fast-paced game, you know, you will
and you
be
and you have an AMD CPU.
yeah, and you have an AMD CPU, you will be heavily affected by this performance decrease,
Hmm.
because you won't be able to,
You know,
you'll get tilted because here you're trying to peak and then it
yeah,
glitches for a second and then you
it's like
die.
the same thing that was happening with you the other day. So
Yeah, when I was
uh,
playing on
yeah,
Windows
on CS,
11. Hmm.
yeah, like you're getting like high frames, and then all of a sudden it just drops to like abnormal levels. And you might think, if for example if someone gets like 200 frames in a game, and it just drops to 100, you'd be like, that's not too bad. I mean, 100 frames, that's more than some people will get. But that drop in frames, just imagine dropping from 200 kilometers per hour to 100. That instant drop, it really does a lot. It really does a lot. So in terms of games as well, dropping from 200 to 100 frames, it feels like the game stops moving for a second.
Yeah, for a second, and that's life or
And
death in
yeah,
in a game like CS:GO.
in most games, yeah.
I mean, you peak, and then next thing even just like a split second, you die. You die. You feel me?
Because you think you moved all the way, but you stopped in the middle,
Right.
so you die.
So yeah, so if you're so if you like playing esports titles or you like playing games and you're on an AMD CPU, you might want to hold off upgrading, right?
Yeah.
But this is also not just for games, as well as some core scheduling issues have been also noted from the Windows 11 bug affecting the AMD CPUs.
Mhm.
So CPU, well, programs which utilize your CPU heavily will
Mhm.
also affect, will also have a performance decrease. I mean,
So
I
this is
use.
just like
Mhm.
so this is just general performance. It's not gonna look good on AMD CPUs.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, I also was working on that build as well, and yeah, I didn't have a good time because
Hmm.
things are just like slow sometimes. I'll get stuttering once in a while. I didn't like that. You feel me? So yeah.
I mean, no one would like it. No one would like it. Just imagine you have like an expensive, because AMD CPUs right now are pretty pricey. So imagine having this expensive build where you think, yeah, man, I'm the man.
Well, actually,
Nobody, yeah,
actually, every component these days is expensive. Especially because of the chip shortage and all that. So
yeah,
yeah, it is pretty rough. It is pretty rough. So. And also that leads on to another point is that the requirements needed for Windows 11 for you to upgrade to Windows 11, even if you're on like an Intel CPU or whatever, you need a specific module within your
yeah.
motherboard or your
Or
CPU,
your CPU, the
the
TPM
TPM
module
module.
2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2.0,
2.0.
the latest version of it. And unfortunately, CPUs which are like I think around 3 years old,
3 years.
or older, some of
Mhm.
them can't, don't have that module, right? The TPM 2.0 module. So you will not be able. Okay, you can upgrade because there's a workaround, but initially it was a requirement which said you need to have that module, and you'll not be able to
Or you will not
upgrade.
be able to. But later then Microsoft changed that to say, oh, even if you don't have it, you will be able to upgrade, but you won't be really receiving software updates or security updates. Sorry, security
Uh-huh.
updates. And now
They
they say
turned
you
around
can
again.
again, you can upgrade, but it's not advised.
It's sort of, yeah, not recommended unless instructed by support. So you
I
can
mean,
work
who
around
calls
it.
support though? Who calls support, dude?
Me, I
Come
don't
on.
wanna, I don't wanna be on the phone, busy, talking the entire time, busy being put on hold. I mean, airtime is expensive, dog. Hey,
It is.
so
It is.
me, I'm good. So yeah, it's not, you can work around you can work around that TPM issue, but yeah, you'll have to play with the registry keys and all that. And if you're not,
And
yeah, if you're
it's
not,
not recommended.
yeah, yeah, it's not
Honestly, it is not
recommended.
recommended because personally, I went through this. Well, not this specifically, but
Hmm.
there was a problem with my PC and I had to change a registry key.
Yeah.
I did that and I had to reinstall my OS.
You
like,
see,
like flat out, I had to reinstall my OS. So
mm,
play with them with caution.
yeah,
In
with
fact, don't do this
caution,
at all. Don't do this at all unless you really want Windows
unless
11.
you know what you're doing, and
Yeah, and unless you
unfortunately,
know what you're doing.
yeah,
Yeah,
and unfortunately, not everyone is tech savvy. So some people might also not know, what a registry key is. So yeah, and if you mess up
yeah.
your stuff, you could lose a lot of personal data. So you see, it's a risk. It's a big risk. So yeah,
That's why it's not recommended.
yeah, yeah. But overall, this is, I mean, it feels like I feel like Microsoft could have held off releasing Windows 11 for now. Like, I mean, they could have given it another year. Honestly, personally, when Windows 11 was announced, I
Mhm.
was like, oh, there's a new Windows version. Like, I
I
was
mean,
surprised,
mhm.
because they had also mentioned before in the past that Windows 10 was the final version of Windows. Like, you're just gonna get updates after that.
Updates, but then they just hit a complete 360 and were like, no, we are getting another OS.
Yeah,
So
and no one
yeah,
was really expecting it. So I was also personally not expecting it. So I was like, okay, oh, we're getting a new Windows version. Cool. I mean, Windows 10 is
okay.
pretty nice, but I don't need one. But hey, that's pretty nice to hear. And
Mhm.
they did say that Windows 11 is going to be the best gaming
Best
OS, or the
OS.
best version of Windows, the best version
Okay,
of Windows when it comes to gaming.
yeah, but still they haven't released games that have support for direct storage. So
Yeah, and also some of the
that's
other
sort of like a bummer.
features.
Hmm.
Yeah, so yeah, that's also another bummer is that some of the gaming features that they announced, or some of the features they announced, which are directed for gaming and gamers, are not really supported like direct storage as you mentioned. So
Hmm.
games have to support it first, and then so
Yeah. So
we'll probably see the latest games probably supporting it, and also other games which will release patches and updates, to utilize direct storage. But for now,
yeah,
no game supports it as yet. But that's Windows 11. Not a clean start, not the best start.
not the best start, but it's a start. And we are hoping that it gets better, so it doesn't continue the trend that we spoke about a couple of weeks ago. Good,
Mm,
bad, good, bad. We're
yeah,
hoping this just keeps going up.
yeah. We'll just hope the graph goes up.
Yeah,
I eventually did a rollback. I eventually went back to Windows 10 on that build because, like I said, it used an AMD CPU, and performance was heavily impacted on that
it
build.
was not.
So
Yeah,
I had to go back to Windows 10. You guys can, if you're on an AMD CPU and you decided to upgrade to Windows 11, you guys can recover. You can go back to Windows 10.
you can roll back, but you
Uh,
have a week,
yeah, you have a week, like
7 days.
7 days to do that. So if you stay on Windows 11 for a whole 7 days or 8 days or
Ah,
something, you can't go back. You're stuck.
Uzo was strong.
Those of us strong. You understand? So yeah.
Yeah,
So hopefully, Windows 11 and MT work around this. They did say they're working on a patch and an update to help mitigate this, these issues. But we'll see in due time.
we'll see. You know,
We'll see in due time.
only time will tell.
Only time will tell, my man. Only time will tell.
Yeah.
Enough about the grim stuff. Now let's jump in something a bit more exciting. I'm pretty sure some of y'all have been waiting for this. But yeah, if you guys follow us on the socials, you guys saw that we announced a giveaway for some Red Dragon headsets. So yeah, we
Hmm.
basically partnered up with our friends at Red Dragon. Oh, it was this side. Yeah, you feel me? We haven't got them on the jersey, you feel me? But yeah, we teamed up
Yeah,
with our friends there at Red Dragon ZA to do a giveaway. We'll be giving away these headsets, and trust me when I tell you that these headsets are iconic. Yeah,
I like what
yeah,
you did
yeah.
there. I like what you did there,
Yeah,
man.
so these are the Redragon H520s, Icon gaming headsets. Yeah, so these I don't know what to say, man. Like these are great headsets. I got a chance to play around with them, and like firstly they really look nice. Honestly, I really like the design.
Hmm.
They look very strong and robust, and they are strong and robust. I mean, they have a metallic frame. They're also comfy and light. They have like these cushions here, which are like there's a lot of cushion. There's a lot of cushion, so you don't have to worry about them hurting your ears. I mean, I got pretty big ears. Y'all can't see them because they're covered up, but I wore these right, and they're big ear cups, so you can like there's a lot of ear space right there. There's a lot of ear room
Yeah.
right there. So yeah, and like I said, the cushions are comfortable. They have pleather here, which is it's not real leather. It's just like plastic leather, but hey, still a nice touch. Um,
Mhm.
they also have, like I said, a metallic frame, which helps design wise. It looks good as well as durability. Like these things are strong. These things, like I mean, like also I'm using some Redragon headsets as well here, and they also have a metallic frame, and I've had these for a year, and they haven't snapped, they haven't broken. I could literally do this.
No, please. Oh, dude, that's
You
so
feel me?
aggravating. That is so
Don't
aggravating.
worry, they're good. They're good. Don't worry. Hey, they're good. They're still strong. They're good. Like you can like literally do like I've dropped these before. Not the new ones. No. These ones. I've dropped these ones before, and they're still like in
Yeah,
one piece. Luckily. But yeah, build quality. Like hey, great
excellent.
build quality, excellent build quality, durable. Yeah, I know here at the back here it looks like they're open back. Like if you can see, they look like they're open back headsets, but they're not. They're closed. It's just like a design you know thing. A nice little touch, a nice little touch to them.
Yeah.
But yeah, and they have the Red Dragon logo here on the shield, which also like looks really really nice. But yeah, another thing, right, in terms of like what device you can connect these to almost any device, like actually to any and every device because it
That
uses
has an audio jack.
yeah, because
An
oh
au-
yeah,
yeah.
it is an
Audio.
audio
Wait,
jack,
is it? Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
audio
Wait,
jack.
yeah.
Yeah, the 3.5 millimeter audio jack. But you can also connect this to a dongle. Like if you use one of those phones which need a dongle, like if they use Type C, inputs, you can connect this to a dongle and then boom, you can use them on your
Easy.
whatever device you want. So yeah, basically you can use them on any device, from console, PC, phone, laptop, tablet, yonkinto. So yeah.
Yeah, they.
And they also give you what's this another they also give you accessories out of the box, so you also get this splitter, the 3.5 millimeter splitter, which basically separates your output and your input. So your mic input, you have it here, and your audio output is here. So if you have those laptops or desktops which take in two inputs, one for the mic and one for the for the output for the speakers, you can
You
plug.
sorted.
Yeah, you sorted because you got this, which is great. Thank you for that. And they also have a mic, an omnidirectional noise canceling mic, which is great. I tested it out. Fantastic. I love it. Quality good. You don't have to worry about it, the your quality with this mic. And it's also like, it's like you can like connect it, and
Detachable.
yeah, it's detachable, which is nice because I sometimes don't like having the mic here because I feel like it's just getting in the way sometimes. Even if on some headsets you can swivel it back and forth. I mean, I prefer just exactly. I mean, I just prefer it like this because sometimes, what if you drop your headsets and something happens to them? I get worried about the mic. So at least having it detachable, it just makes it also look, just makes the headset also look cleaner. I mean, it doesn't look
Yeah.
as wonky and clunky. You feel me? And another nice accessory that you get is this dongle and extend, which basically connect allows you to connect via USB, right? Via USB A, gold plated, nice touch, some gold there. Yeah, and you get this dongle here, which you're able to control. Like, you can turn off your mic with this. You can adjust your volume. You can mute like the whole headset with this, and you can also turn on 7.1 surround sound, which I'll get into in a second. But like, yeah, you get this as well, and you get a pretty nice hard shell case, to carry them around, which is, hey, fantastic, because I didn't get a case with these, so I'm happy that these ones have a case, so you can carry them around. When you open it, it's really nice. Like,
Oh,
you
they
get
just
like
look so nice. This looks
suede. This is
plush.
suede, like soft
Dude.
suede. Like
That
this
looks
feels
so
good.
good.
Like, honestly, this feels
Yeah.
really good. But and then you also get you also get a
Behave.
pouch. What's that supposed to mean? What's that?
Nothing.
But you also get a pouch here. You also get a pouch where you can put the accessories and everything. So if you want to carry them, put your accessories here, put the headsets in here. They fit like nice and snug, and kaboom, you're ready to go. And yeah, that's what you get with the headsets out of the box. Now let's talk about sound quality. I've been using these for a year, right? And I really like these. I like these. I mean, I use them as my daily headsets, and audio wise, great. I use them to listen to music. I use them for other things like when I'm editing videos and all that. So yeah, these are great. These ones, I feel like these ones sound like these ones, but on steroids. Hey man, and that's how I feel. That's how I personally feel about them. These sound really, really nice.
Mhm,
Um, they like they have this bass, like this punchy bass, but they have more bass than these, right? But like the bass doesn't do like like how other bass heavy headphones do. It doesn't muffle out the mids and the highs. Basically, you can still hear your instruments and also those little those glittery, sparkly sounds within your
mhm.
within your audio. So you can still get that detail, but also still getting that punchy thump. When you listen to your audio, which is great, which is great. Because another a thing that I hate about bass heavy headsets is that they muffle out the audio. They really they muffle out like a lot of the sounds. The frequency range on these is from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. Right, so yeah, you can really get low and go high.
Yeah.
So yeah, like these sound great. They use their 5.1 surround sound out of the box, but then you can enable 7.1 surround sound, but we can only enable 7.1 if you're on a PC or a laptop, right? Because you need
Yeah.
to download some special software for these so you can have access to extra features, right? And seven and honestly, the 7.1 surround sound, right? Personally, 7.1 surround sound on gaming headsets or just headsets in general, I just feel like it was a marketing gimmick most of the time. Like, like,
Yeah,
oh,
because who uses that? I mean, do I really
hmm,
want to listen to like sounds coming from every direction on a headphone? I
I
mean
mean, okay,
headset, sorry.
for gaming, yes, right? Because you
Okay.
wanna, know where the opponent's coming from. But like, I mean, it doesn't sound like 7.1 didn't sound that great. It doesn't sound that great on a lot of gaming headsets that I've tried out with which claim to have 7.1 surround sound. It just sounds like they play around the equalizer and they got the settings wrong somewhere. It's just nah.
Wow.
They raise the highs so high and they drop the lows, and it just sounds like a very airy sound, like you're in a big room, which doesn't sound good. Nah, I didn't like it. Right
Mhm.
on these headsets, bro.
Oh
Like,
wow. I can see you
like
having a good time with them,
I'm
dude.
having a great like I only the reason why I don't have these ones on is just because I'm using it for demonstration purposes, so you all can see them and everything, right? But from next week, I'm gonna use these. Like, I'm gonna switch to these. Like, these are good, but these are these are just better. These are just better, right? So yeah, the 7.1 surround sound on these, great. Like, I never used 7.1 surround sound on this. Like, you can enable it. Like, they have the same dongle, so I can enable it by clicking on this button, right?
Mhm.
But it doesn't sound good. Like, I'm listening to you right now. Yeah, it's just
It can't be that bad, dude.
it's not that bad. Like, you can play around with the settings in the driver, like on the software, but it's just this one
Like
is just way better.
on default, that one is
Yeah, on
better.
default, nah. On default, these ones are like still sound good on default, like before you play around with any settings. So
Mhm.
they just basically took 7.1 surround sound and they just made it way better. Like,
Took it to a whole
oh,
new.
like I'm not an audiophile. I'm not an audio expert or anything. I just like good audio, right? And
Mhm.
honestly, I'm satisfied with these. I'm satisfied with these. Like, I want to listen to like, bro. I was these sound great. I'm sorry, like I'm just losing myself right now, but hey man, like these sound great. And whoever's gonna win themselves a pair of these headsets is gonna be lucky, very lucky. And let's jump on to the giveaway. Let me explain how you guys can enter the giveaway. So you guys can enter the giveaway by going to the Ekasi Esports website, which is at www.ekasiesports.africa. And then you when you land on the page, like on the homepage, right, you'll see this. And then if you click on learn more, you'll be taken directly to the giveaway page. And then if you scroll down, you'll get a little description of the headsets, tell you all like all mumbo jumbo about them. You'll get the features of the headsets. You also get the specifications if these interest you, and also they'll tell you what's in the box. I showed you guys. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention is that you get a user manual. But yeah,
Does anyone honestly ever read the user manual?
I mean, if you're that type of person, yeah,
I guess.
and then if you scroll all the way to the bottom, then you can enter the giveaway, right? So you'll be asked a question which you need to answer, right? And if you're listening and watching this podcast, you'll have the answer. But also, if you don't have the answer, you can do skanta and then and check for the answer here. Um, but yeah, so basically, it asks you which item within the drop down list does not come with the Redragon H520 Icon gaming headset in the box. So basically, which item here in the drop list doesn't come with the headsets? Is it the 3.5 audio cable splitter? Is it the detachable microphone? Is it the skateboard? Or is it the storage bag? So you have to choose which one does not come with the thing. I'm just gonna say the detachable microphone, right? Even though we saw it here, but yeah. And then so I'll click agree. I'll agree to the terms and conditions, and then I'll say enter. But if you use the wrong answer, if you enter the wrong answer, it'll tell you that you can try again. Okay, cool. Okay, I didn't see the skateboard. I but yeah. Anyways,
Wow.
then I'll try to enter. But okay, I've already entered into the giveaway. I
Mhm.
don't know if I was not supposed to, but I'm just saying, I mean,
You wouldn't mind having another one.
I wouldn't mind having another one. But yeah, so
Yeah.
if you already entered, it'll say that you've already entered into the giveaway. But if you haven't, it'll automatically enter you into the giveaway after submitting your correct answer. But yeah, that's basically how you guys can enter the giveaway. And like I said, winning these is gonna be fantastic. Like I said, you can use them console, phone, everything. I use these on the phone, and these sound great. These sound great. I'm not a fan of gaming headsets on like using gaming headsets on my phone, but like these sound great, honestly. So I wish you had a chance. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna come over to your place and we're gonna play around with these. No, no, like
I'd
honestly.
appreciate that. I'd appreciate that,
So
man.
yeah, so you understand the hype because this was like I'm the hype man here, and some people might just say I'm hyping them up because we were close to Red Dragon and we work with them. So I'm just saying, honestly, these sound great. No cap, no
Mm.
cap, no kizzy. But yeah, that's today's episode, man.
That's today's episode, man.
We covered a lot.
Yeah, Windows 11, FIFA Global Series, FIFA 22, sorry, FIFA 22 Global
Mhm.
Series, and the giveaway. So, hopefully the person who gets the headsets is very happy with that product. And yeah.
No, I'll try and see
Mhm.
if we can like interview the person
Yeah, yeah, that
who
would be
wins.
cool.
Then they'll tell us what they think. Oh,
Yeah,
actually, I'll if I can, I'll see if I can like I'll ask the team if I can like contact them so I can ask them about the experience, and then I'll tell you guys about how that person felt about the experience with these headsets, just to know so that you guys know that I'm not capping. So
yeah.
if you guys don't even win the
Oh, you
giveaway,
forgot something. You forgot something.
what's up?
The giveaway ends on the 14th.
Oh yes, the giveaway
It
ends.
ends on
So yeah, you can only enter the giveaway like from whenever you see this up to the 14th. Up to the
Mhm.
14th, it's closed and it's only
Yeah, it's
open
close.
to South African residents, unfortunately. So it's only open to
Unfortunately.
South African people. And yeah, the winner will be announced on Friday on our social media pages. We'll also
Yeah.
mention the winner on this show,
Mhm.
as well. But yeah, yeah, thank you for that. But yeah, the Redragon Icon headsets, like I said, I'll
Good.
see if I can get the guy to talk about them or to at least like tell me about them, and then you guys will know that these are good headsets.
Yeah.
Um, oh yeah, nothing. If you guys don't even win the giveaway, don't worry. You can head over to the Red Dragon site, with the Red Dragon website, and you can buy them from there. I think they're retailing for like 1,500. Like, let me just like double check the price here. So if you click on the buy now button on the page, you will be taken to the Redragon website where you can buy them
Get the
from.
retail price. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, this is the Redragon South African website. So it's at redragon.co.za. And yeah, these are retailing for 1,449.
Yes. And it might seem a little pricey, but you get what you pay for and you
You
get
get what you pay
quality.
for. You get quality. And you can see they work on all platforms. So yeah,
Hmm.
definitely a bang for your buck. I mean, like these are pretty good for the price point. I mean, compared to the other headsets which are like very like high quality, like gaming headsets which are very high quality, you get you get some bang for your buck with these ones, and I would recommend them. Definitely, I would
Yeah.
recommend them. But yeah, I think we've covered much, and I think we can end it here for this week.
Yep. Yes, sir.
We've been talking, bro. It's like
We've been talking for a while. Yeah.
it's almost. I think it's over an hour now. Sheesh,
Whoa.
we can
Man.
talk.
We can.
But yeah, I guess we can close it here, man. But yeah, so shout out for y'all for tuning in and watching this podcast episode this far. Thank you for joining us. We still don't have a closer. So yeah,
We
stay.
will come up with one though.
Yeah, soon and very soon. So yeah,
Yes.
do be sure to stay good and drink water. It's because it's hot.
Just
It's hot here
it's
in the
hot.
south. Yeah,
It's hot.
it's hot in the southern hemisphere. So yeah, do all that nice stuff, and we'll be sure to catch you guys again next week
Next week.
on the Ekasi Esports Podcast.
Been Jude.
Be perfect.
And we are signing out.
We're
This is not
signing
this is
out.
not the outro, by the way, but yeah, we're
Yeah, we're
signing out.
signing out. Cheers.
Cheers.